Well, good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to the grumpy old git in the corner on a kind of, well, I don't know really what it's doing out there, Friday. But it is nice to be home, even though the weather's shit. So it all begins again with the new government now, don't it? And another price rise on one thing again, the water. Yeah, all because the water companies have given themselves big pats on the back, multi-million pound bonuses and dividends, while refusing to put the profit back into the system and upgrade and repair the water systems. And Ofwat are the ones that are supposed to be controlling this. Well, we know Ofwat are controlled by the government, so we don't expect them to do much. They have restricted the amount that they can put it up, but that's nothing really, is it? So if anybody's under any illusion that anything's going to change in this country under the left waffle, put it simply, nope. Not a chance. And again, we see for all the calls for the head of the Met Police, Rowley, the clown, to step down with all his biased policing, corrupt police, the way the protests are policed. You know, the arrogant little prick is still crying for more powers. He still wants more powers. He's been handed so many powers, so many new laws to stop protests of all sorts, but the prick chooses which ones are going to be stopped and which ones aren't, which ones are going to be policed and which ones aren't. And he was questioned about this, and this is what he had to say.
So you might want to believe that the law says that no disruption is allowed whatsoever through protest, but that is not the case.
I think you might want to believe, Commissioner, that you know that you're doing your job correctly. I don't think you are. But I'm just going to ask one more question. I'll make one more statement because I feel like I'm wasting my time with you, to be honest. You say you took 5 years out of the force. There's probably people listening to this today wish it was a lot longer, and I'm one of them. Do you think you've got the confidence of the public?
I'm not going to sit here. If people want to be personally offensive, then write it in newspapers, but I'm not going to answer those questions.
The fucking arrogance of him. He is just out of control. And this is the reason, him and Dictator Khan, both of those are the reason that London is such a shithole that it is. Now, the biggest problem I see is Westminster can't even see this happening on their own fucking doorstep. So what chance do we have out here of them seeing what we're going through when they can't even see what's happening outside their own fucking front door? And again, will anything change under Labour? Well, I doubt it. Don't forget Khan's Labour's little blue-eyed boy, isn't he? And Mark Rowley follows Khan. You know, you've got to get rid of both of them now. Not just one, both of them. Unbelievable. And Starmer, he hasn't even officially been in power a week, I don't think, on paper. And already he's giving millions and millions away to the fucking Ukraine again, to feed the war that's never going to stop. It's already been shown that they're feeding both sides. I'm not going to go into that. We've been there before. And just like his predecessor, you know, again, just like the last shit shower, they have no interest in looking after us, this country, the individuals that pay for them, that pay their wages, the ones they're supposed to be working for. Not that I ever thought they would. You know, he's happy to help other countries secure their borders, keep themselves safe, help them rebuild their countries. by throwing our borders wide open and destroying our fucking country. He needs to stop listening to treasonous little pricks like Tony Blair. He needs to be made disappear, I'll tell you. He's just a little fucking warmonger, that bastard. And I would now class this country as officially fucked. I really would. I do. I think this country now is fucked. Absolutely. I mean, 4 more went to meet Allah in the fucking channel last night. Do I look disturbed about it? Do I look upset about it? Not one fucking bit. Not one fucking bit am I upset about that. We keep hearing the word deterrent from both governments now. There are no deterrents. If there was a deterrent, that would have been the biggest one. Is that sort of thing happening? And it doesn't stop them. So there are no fucking deterrents. The only way that they're going to stop coming is turn them back in the fucking channel. But they can't understand that. You know, this is how thick the shit shower are. So we're at war, people. And I don't mean at war with Russia. I don't mean at war with third world countries. We are at war with our own fucking government. Because unless we win the war against them, we ain't going to survive to fight a war against anybody else. I'm going to leave it there for today, folks. I didn't really want to get this worked up. For what is really the first video back after the holiday. We had a real nice time. Although the weather wasn't with us. But we had a nice time away. And it was nice to just forget about a lot of this shit. But I knew I had to come back to it at some point. But there we go. So that's it for today. But don't forget, hopefully Mrs. W will be live tonight with her ladies' night as usual on a Friday. She did miss a couple, as I did myself, being away. But hopefully she'll be live tonight from 7 o'clock as normal. So, until then, as always, have a great weekend. Don't get too despaired. Leave that up to us. But as always, stay safe. Stay strong. And stay absolutely free from the tyranny. Respects, people.